Execration's turn to ban.
Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to ban.
Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to ban.
Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to pick.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to pick.
Omni Knight.
Dire team pick.
The sack.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds
Execration's
remaining.
turn to ban.
Rubik.
Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to ban.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to pick.
Dire team pick.
Gyro Kata.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to pick.
Night Stalker.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Naga Siren.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Execration's turn to ban.
Morphling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with our last game of the day. It is Execration versus Geek Fam here in the China Dota 2 Super Major for the Southeast Asian qualifiers. A lot at stake. If Geek Fam go down, you're 0-2 in terms of they already lost one series, they lose two, then things might just be over as soon as they began. I don't think they'll be mathematically eliminated, but they will still have a rough way through the qualifier if that is to come to pass, especially because they lost to Fnatic earlier today. For Execration, they lost as well, but they are one game away from getting their first victory of the entire qualifiers, and that's really important. And they've got a lot of really good heroes to do it. And I know we're a little bit late into the draft. I don't really want to draw too much attention to it, but I think you guys probably know by now. I'm not going to draw any attention to it. So we got Brax coming in, who's going to carry me through this last game where I am essentially on my hands and knees. Brax, how you doing, buddy?
Well, look at the colors. Blue and green.
I don't know, but it better keep with the color scheme or else I'm gonna lose it. This is the last straw. This is where I throw the computer out the window. This is where I am just done. If the color coordination has not come out, this cast is gonna be off the rails real quick. So they better figure it out.
Geek fam, geek fam.
There's a lot at stake.
The colors.
You guys are gonna get an AFK screen and a radio cast if this doesn't go my way. I've lost it. Cast a lot of Dota today. I have officially lost it. I can't even tell if I've actually lost it. Like, I know I'm being, you know, I'm joking around here. Maybe I will actually freak out. Who knows? Maybe it's like a Tinker again or something, or a Spectre, or a Naga. Although I already have a Naga Siren, but some hero that takes a year and a half to finish the... That'll be the straw. Ugh. This Morphling hero seems pretty strong.
Situation.
Right, that's kind of what I mean. Like, when you fourth pick him in this scenario, maybe he could be really good about killing these heroes. He's good at split pushing.
Execration.
I'm not sure how he does against Omni-Knight and the Shrek. They have a Skywrath now for Geek Fam, which almost worked in the first game.
Well, I think Skywrath, he fits the color. Geek Fam have got this in the bag.
Wait, they didn't pick Skywrath last game, did they? That was the Void game. It's all blurring together, Brax, and they do fit the
previous series.
Yeah, exactly. So they fit the color scheme, so I'm not going to rage throw my computer out the window. Not that there's a window on the ground for the basement floor anyway, so it doesn't really help. But we're hanging on, and Execration might be as well with their next pick, and they have a lot of reserve time, but boy, did they use it in a hurry. And I hear this CK can do a lot of work against this Morphling with a good Reality Rift and CK stun.
an offline Night Stalker. Rubik's Skyrast. Probably not the most common duo in the world anymore.
No.
Both kind of that, they both do the same thing. They're these long-range squishy intelligence heroes.
Was it 2014 is calling. TI4, wasn't that TI4? That was TI4. That had to be TI4.
That was the Skyrath Mage.
No void this game, which I'm okay with. But both teams have their way of winning. They can take down towers. Both have decent pushing. I don't know. Carlisle's gonna have to go off again for Execration if he does go off. I should say they can win this game easily. I'm not sure he needs to go off to win the game.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty good morphling game. You can morph into Omni, repel yourself, change back. Pretty darn good.
That sounds awesome.
Usually what people do is they get Omni, they wave form in, heal bomb on top of themselves, repel, and there's a whole bunch of good morph targets too.
Prepare for battle.
Pop flak cannon, and then you turn back in the morphling and you shoot flags. Great.
And then you're dealing flak cannon for like 200 some damage or something ridiculous.
Crazy, man. Actually, does Gyrocopter deals magic.
You sounded really resentful when you said that. He deals magic damage.
I just hate it.
Yeah. You and AM both, I suppose.
Part of the anti-magic.
That's right. Van's going to run into the other supports. Does he know that they're there? Of course he does not. He has no vision. The Van Omni Knight Purification will do a astounding amount of damage to this Morphling if he's not careful.
Omni Knight has the potential to run over a lot of safe laners. You know, Degenerate runs in, clicks some Carl's up here. Carl the Killer, that's his nickname.
The Killer, there he is.
Call him in the stuff.
Is it? Or are you making that up?
I'm completely making it up.
I knew you were. Why did I have to ask the question? I am so delirious now that the questions don't even make sense. I mean, if there was a tiny laughing, I'd probably lose it. I would just be in giggles the entire game. There might be a kill onto this Night Stalker. March is lucky that he is a very tanky hero on the Night Stalker. And he gets off the salve. That was a nice juke. Grims is like, uh-oh, that's not good. He actually canceled the salve, but he's already built it up all the way half HP, so he's fine. And the CK is not really trying to fight yet.
This guy's kicking ass here. He's got the Null Talisman, 585 mana, level 1, 2 clarity. This is...
Yep.
It's mine.
Oh, the Q button spam. How enjoyable. In the meantime, Van has stolen the creep wave in the top lane, so he's got to bring it back behind the tower. The Naga's trying to dive Skid because Riptide's a really good level 1 ability, and he wants to make sure Skid can't get lasted because he has to strength morph. And Lubik's getting a few denies because of it too, and I don't think the Morphling hasn't gotten one out of the tower. Finally, he gets it, but still, pretty rough.
Because the creeps were denied, Morphling's not level 2.
Yeah, and Van's going to get it really quickly. Even if the Naga comes in and loses experience, she's got another wave. Oh, this is game-winning.
Special.
It's honestly so helpful for your offlaner, because offlaner is miserable without the wave pool. Like...
Anyone can get more experience.
Yeah. Zone out Ollie, who's trying to lead some of his own, or just, I don't know, do something. This Morphling is going to finally get the wave back under his tower, but he still only has 1 CS.
What? Cliffing's been nerfed. Everyone starts with it.
It's true. It's unfortunate because it's a sick play if you can catch it, and you feel like you win the game, but I think they made it specifically so that you cannot win the game just based off of cliffing. However, there are certain circumstances where you can cliff somebody and still win the game. If the TVs aren't cooldown, or if they fly the TP out, they're going to get this kill onto the Skyrath. I was watching the entire way. The Chaos Bolt, the setup from the Reality Rift, the Split Earth. And this is a very dangerous duo in this bottom lane. It's a lot of tankiness and a lot of damage coming in from one track.
Lightning's actually a really nice setup for the Reality.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
The magic wand on CK picked up early, and then charges. Direct Mage over.
So the Skyrath probably wants to get a better advantage going into the laning, or rather the mid game, but that's not happening currently. He's not really doing anything as the Skyrath the mage other than helping March farm. I suppose this lane gets easier when it's nighttime, right? Then you can maybe get kills or at least stay alive. I don't know.
Yep. When it's nighttime, that's when Leshrac doesn't really want. Yeah, that lane's going pretty well for Execration. Top lane is going pretty well. Double damage. Morphling can't contest any lap.
He still has more than I thought he would, but the Gyrocopter is the one that is sacrificing his last hits in mid lane for Execration.
Once Jaro has his Aquila now, so now he's actually a lot of damage with them. But before he gets to the kill,
yeah, exactly. Very tricky to follow up with, and oh. Grims is dead, but they've secured the offlane kill, and Nando is making a go on to this Karath mage. They have 9 stick charges with the Chaos Bolt. It's a 2-second stun, but Nando doesn't have the Duality Rift, nor does he have the damage on his own to secure the kill. And he's going to get a nice little Chaos Strike, and at least get some HP back going his way. Carl, is he dead? Nah, he's fine. Yeah, he's good to go. So, 2 lanes going really well for Execration, I would say. 1 lane going about evenly, maybe a bit not evenly, actually.
DP favored in the mid lane. Carl's a barrel. Down the bottom. It's nighttime.
Ribs is getting run at. 12 stick charges, 1 auto attack, Hunter in the night, so that March doesn't lose vision. Secures him that kill. So Leshrac is the one that's throwing his dead body, his carcass, at these offlaners and making sure Nando can farm.
Grims, the PUBG streamer, goes.
That's him. Even with the X, or the Z, excuse me. Not sure what he's doing in Dota. I never knew he played that game.
Radiant
Apparently plays in Scott.
What a guy. He's all over the place. The worldly traveler.
Going on to Carl here. He's got no boots, but can actually.
Cannot. And he's not that close for a Rocket Barrage, but I don't think it really matters. Ensnare, I hear, is pretty good for Carl to stand and deliver, so they find that kill with the dive coming out, and that's a big kill for Carl, and that's going to give him some more room to work with.
Oh, yeah.
And this Omni can essentially have a free lane top. I don't think he needs help anymore yet. Soul Ring.
He's looking at 5. Took Morphling to 3. That's usually it's the other way around.
The Rubik's leaving. Kid realizing if he gets close enough, he can get purified by this creep and he can die. 300 HP, purification, 200, or excuse me, 230 pure damage. And you guys stop killing bottom. I keep looking elsewhere.
Yeah, we gotta watch the purify, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Kid is gonna get out of trouble. They are setting up a gank meta into Carl though on the Gyrocopter. Concussive shot with lift should be enough. He didn't get off the Rocket Barrage. They pop the Exorcism. Nice pick. Geek fam. They get back on the board with the 3rd kill.
Yep, and it's go time. Siege creep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is the perfect timing. Tron is just going to tank the tower, and I don't think he's really that concerned. And, again, I've seen this a lot recently, but this level 1 ultimate doesn't do anything. Well, it doesn't do as much as it could for death buff, but it's the perfect timing because of the siege creep.
Yes.
So it's taking more damage than it probably should have.
Creep and multiple heroes.
And they will.
Radiant's middle tower.
Okay, I didn't think they were going to be able to, but the siege creep is more than enough, plus the death buff ulti, so I definitely underestimated the damage. Riptide onto Ollie with the splitter follow-up. Should be enough damage with another auto-attack flat cannon kill. They can even go further. They're going to want the Scarith Mage. They've got the Rocket Barrage. Lumix about to die to the Spirit Siphon, and he will. It is a 2-for-1. How hard do they dive Quan now? Pretty hard. He doesn't have the sticks. He does not have the Spirit Siphon. The TP is too late from Ollie. And this is a Gyrocopter who really wants to get another kill, and he's probably going to find it. They don't have the lift. Rocket Barrage is back up. Ollie's dead. And this is becoming a disaster. The Scarith Mage might be next. He has to cancel. The CK comes in a little too early. Had he been there just at the right time, that's another kill. And that's even a bigger lead for this Execration team.
That's the Gyrocopter we all know and love, right? Killing everything in sight with the Rocket Barrage. All down. Well, you know, he may only have 21 CS, but now he's got some kills up. Now worth.
He's right up behind the Omni Knight, who's having a great old time. Nando has gotten free farm and like 4 kills, 3 actually. So his armlet's right around the corner, although he's walking uphill in a very precarious position, but I don't think they can do anything to him.
He's the dangerous lad.
He can just Phantasm if he's going to.
He's going to.
That's a dead Scarith Mage. Probably. They get the Void off. Actually, he's going to survive. Good TP from Nando, though, to know that the Void is down. There's no telekinesis. And now Lumik, who's like, I can help you. Oh, God, I got to leave. Run. And that's dead.
Exactly. And one more Void.
That Void is the critical part of it. Good split Earth. Lumik survives for now. He has another Riptide, but he can't afford to go close enough to get it off. Rip Swarm, maybe? Oh, what? That was a weird 3 seconds. Crimson's dead. Riptide here. Oh, they call down. Fairy Fire comes out. Can they turn this? It's daytime. The Ancient Seal, and actually it's Carl that's getting dropped. He's going to fall. Looks like Riata if Nando. No, they don't bring down Carl. The cast bolt onto 2. The snare's there. The Rocket Barrage, and Carl still somehow manages to get a kill, even with a pretty hefty, aggressive play coming from him.
Carl killed.
He's really living up to that name.
March.
Although he's the one that's being killed. No, I guess not. Boy doesn't do enough. Good usage of that spacing from March, but yeah, the Fairy Fire from Carl and March is dead, maybe. Good Fairy Fire, and the Rubik's coming in. He brings his salve out. The Courier might fall. It's going to get glyphed. Wow, that was a special set of circumstances. And now they need a stun, and they're going to find it, and Ollie's dead.
My goodness, Carl managed to navigate that during the nighttime as well. Fantastically done. Very impressive.
That was some of the most beautiful spacing I've seen in a long time, and he's looking for more. Does hit? I don't think so. He's under the tower.
A big part of the call down slow is on the side.
A 2K lead.
Covered.
What do you mean? You're taking some liberties, I think. That's true. You probably... Are you running 4-3?
No.
Okay, thank God, because that would have been pretty scary.
Maybe someone out there does. Although it just hits everything.
I get 4-3 for Counter-Strike, but I do not get 4-3 for Dota.
Definitely not a good thing.
Alright. The Somni Knight continues to pressure top and not allow this Morphling to farm. Purification and Snare. Split Earth. It's going to be close, and they will find it. Morphling shut down.
Morphling has been completely shut down in the CF's department, and with that death. All the Leshracs we've seen quite well.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they've really been crushing it.
The light does so much damage. And he has just so much damage.
Well, that seems to be in a good spot right now, especially if you know how to play the hero. Which is pretty simple. You hit your E button, then you hit your Q button, and then you hope they die, and then they die.
Press all.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
W is applied later. More advanced knowledge for Leshrac.
That's cast time.
Well, in spite of it all, Geek fam were able to trade away towers with Exorcism, but that is now on cooldown, and there's really nothing stopping Execration from not continuing on here if they want to go for extra vision, extra kills, extra towers in the mid or top lane. You know, they have the armlet just about done for Nando, which needs to be ferried out on the Courier. That comes out. Good luck fighting into him. They don't have any real initiation. That's the big issue. It's kind of just the Night Stalker. They found the Ensnarer onto the Skyrath, who is probably dead. And can they find anything else? Maybe just the tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant
Armlet done, yeah, there it is. 3K lead for Execration, but all it takes is one fight where this Morphling gets involved. Start getting some kills, although he is very far behind. Oh, he might find a kill, actually. He's going to morph from Jaro, but March is dead. I think. Yep, I'm sure the knife's not enough to get him out of that situation. Mid lane, they're going to get a dive. Snare, Purification, Split Earth. I don't even think they didn't even have Purification. That was the Riptide. This is 3 heroes dead. It is all unraveling for Geek fam. And I would be sounding more enthused about this if I wasn't literally dying. Well, I'm not literally dying. I don't want to cause any havoc, but... It just, I guess it's also hard to be enthused about a 5K lead for an Execration team. They're actually just crushing it.
They're completely smashed. They're just running over everyone. Kills everyone.
You know, I don't want to take away from Geek Fam's fighting prowess later if this Morphling can get to his items, which right now is Lincoln Sphere. Oh, he actually wanted that kill, and he could still get it, but he's not going to dive the tier 2. It's not worth it, it seems, for him.
Big waste of crucial information that's wood behind town.
I mean, just look at these items here, Brax, for the Radiant team. Armlet's done. They have 2 sets of drums. They're working on a 4 staff for the Omni Knight. They have an Akil up in the Gyrocopter who's done with his Yasha. It looks like we're just about there. Thereabouts. The top net worth hero is Nando. If they can find that kill, it's a lot of gold saved up in that Pinata. But they don't have the biggest initiating heroes. It has to come down to this Night Stalker, and he's in a prime position to do it. They 4K lead. Can he turn it around? And no, probably. See ya.
Carl senses pain. Right, it made enemies power.
He does have. Yeah. That, you know, I shouldn't talk. I've recently alt pinged something pretty heavily myself accidentally, so.
I did as well.
Yeah. Well, that made sense though. That wasn't accidental. That was you saying this guy has 1,000,000 atrophy or damage, and he should be looked at carefully. And you're absolutely right about that.
Top tower is under attack.
I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Brax.
I like that.
Thanks for spoken, Jenkins. I'm a thief.
It's okay.
As much as Rubik is as well, who does have the Spell Steel Reality Rift. I suppose that's the way to initiate. Not sure you want to throw yourself in the line of danger that quickly.
A tithe to the impurities.
The tier 1 tower is still getting assaulted by the Morphling for Skid. He is working still diligently on this Lincoln Sphere. I don't even think he has the recipe or the ultimate orb, so it's still a ways. Okay, they get another kill. This time they'd have the tier 2. They could Phantasm and take the tower if they want to. It's only level 1. I suppose that's the drawback for Execration. Even though they are fighting a lot, they still have a giant experience lead on the supports and the other heroes of Geek Fam, which is just goes to show how much they're winning these fights and these engagements.
Experience on supports are so important, especially those supports like Naga and
Twan really wanted that tier 2 tower, but he gets the force of the TPs, which is probably more important. Instead, they're going to TP back Ollie. They're trying to chase March. They had the homing missile, but yeah, they are very fast. And I don't think they can fight into this.
Get up top, still pushing away, but and grab back.
Nice waveform, and I don't think they have anything else. They don't. And Nando is really low. That was a dangerous game he was playing. And back over at the Roach Pit, the Pulse Nova, the Riptide. See you later. Dude, that Purification, plus the Pulse Nova damage, plus the Riptide. Are you kidding me? That's impossible to deal with. You're just too squishy at this point in the game.
Purification.
What can they do? The only thing they can do is die.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds accurate.
And they don't want to die.
They really don't. But it's not up to them, I don't think. Not in this game. You know, usually you have a chance. If you're in a Dota game, you're not down 6K net worth, you have a chance to turn things around. It's your choice whether you live or die. Doesn't feel like that in this game.
Feels like everywhere Execration go, they find the kills. Check.
Zayul's almost done for the Lich Rack. He is rich, as are the rest of these heroes. Lumic is working on a Spirit Vessel. And this is where mistakes come back to haunt you if you're Execration. This now needs to become a mistake-free zone in order for them to actually be able to finish this game. Luckily for Skid, he has a pretty good idea that somebody is here. They have Song, but he isn't using his CP. They can't actually find him. That's pretty insane. He didn't have a Quelling Blade on Lumic. Oh my god. He has a Quelling Blade like other, you know, a lot of Nagasards pick up Quelling Blades, like GH, I think especially, just to farm jungle with it, and he didn't have it this game, and that might be coming back to, you know, haunt himself. And now they're going to find Nando, and they definitely can come back to haunt them if they get this fight win. They've actually stolen the CK with the Morphling. He's got a Chaos Bolt, they've got the Song. And just like that, the counter initiation is probably going to come up. They don't have Phantasm, but they do have a potential way to kill this Morphling. They need a CK stun. They should have a Reality Rift, and that is a dead hero. But you have to go for that play, right, for Geek Fam? Imagine if that play works out.
Right.
They look like gods.
Exactly. If you're able to make some sort of engagement, pass out big. Nagasar, right? You ever think the fight's starting, you know, going south? Boom, you start sinking.
It's like the Dark World lab. It's exactly like that, actually.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Bots.
attack.
Ooh. That's how you know you're in trouble. But it's the right decision, maybe. Unless they lose all their heroes inside the basement, it's not the right decision. That's level 2, so it actually does damage. Rex is probably dead. They have no lift. They used it on a tier 2, I think. And March is doing what he can by cutting the waves. I don't blame him. It's not going to matter if they get the melee Rex. Maybe they don't get the range Rex because of that, but... Oh, here we go. Execration comes out. Nando is sitting in the tree line, and Ollie is like, I think they know we're here. GA comes out, they'll get the kill on the gyrocopter, but he does get off the call down, and March is going to die for this with the Pulse Nova. Maybe. Yes. Yes. And now they're going to jump in with Nando, who is getting very aggressive with the Mystic Flare, but he's fine. He has so much HP, plus he has the repel on him, so he's pretty much impossible to kill. The Rubik buys back. They're going to find another one. This Scarith Mage has been fodder for this Chaos Knight the entire game, and that's not going to change in that fight. Now a 10k lead, plus the melee Rex and tier 3 taken, and nothing really going the way of Geek Fam other than the gyrocopter.
Gyro and Flash Nando. Man, you can put him everywhere. He won't TP it out of the very beginning of that. Doesn't matter.
Invisibility.
Dude, they're playing out of their mind kind of games here for Execration. I know it's kind of easy given the circumstances, but they're still making the right plays. They're making the smart plays. They even have a force out from the Omni Knight. He's not going Radiance. He's going for what his team needs to win the game. He wants to finish this off. He's pretty done with this game, it looks like. But Geek Fam have something to say about it, with the Death Prophet now being the second most farmed hero in the game, and she is right around the corner from that BKB. And that is one way that Tron could carry this game on his own, potentially. That and an Andis will help it.
Very true.
The issue is that they already have an inherent BKB in the Omni Knight. So,
That's true.
like, they have a split code?
Not these Radiance on them fighting because total crazy both these guys.
Yeah. That's why I think I never win Slash. Every game I play with him, he builds Boots, Dagon 5 on Necrophos, which is a garbage hero. I think he's the epitome of selfish player unless he really wants to win. And then when he really wants to win and he loses, he's a probably bigger rage than I am. And if you know anything about my rage, it's pretty legendary, folks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Big
It happens in every game, literally every game I play. If there's a slight issue, I will flip out. If there's like a bug in the new PS4 game I bought, it's just like I've lost it. Speaking of losing it, this Chaos Knight might lose the Aegis, but he still is 7-0-6. The Omni Knight's trying to get there. It's a little too late. Oh my god, that armlet toggle. Are you kidding? But they didn't have the Omni there to help out, unfortunately. And he will finally rotate in. Now that he's there, I guess they got the Aegis, which might be worth it, unless they lose everybody. They get 2, but it's not the biggest 2 in the game.
Right, it's just the offlaner who this offlaner is essentially right. It's the Night Stalker, utility-based hero, not really a team fighter like Knight.
This is the issue I have with the Night Stalker and the offlane. When it looks bad, it looks really bad.
He doesn't have a good basically is a glorified.
Exactly. He is a support, essentially. They have 3 4.5s or maybe like 2 5s and a 4. Might be more accurate.
Like 2 5s.
Yeah.
You offset that with the tournament. My path hero, one that farm a bit longer.
This is the problem with the hero. He does a lot of damage, but when you're fighting into CK Naga, you're not going to do enough to gain clears. Exactly what happened. Omni will get silenced, but he still has his 4-step. He's holding on to it. Not only that, but Lumic has his song ready. They're going to Phantasm and try to push mid and take a fight there against Ollie, who's dead. And it's time to run if your Lumic can't get off the song. He's dead. They have to back up, though. Maybe not. I thought the Nando Chaos Knight was going to push harder, but he blinks out to safety. So that's not terrible. Any trade you get at this point for Geek Fam is a good trade.
Oh, yeah. Behind so much gold that every kill they get to
At last.
Omni Knight almost has the type of insight thing. Probably going to be no other real notable items coming up.
They would have liked to have Aegis. Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose.
Unfortunate things happen to that.
You know, this morph thing is quietly farming up his Lincoln Spear, but he gets off a 4-second setting. If he really got that morph as the sun came out, are you kidding? Pretty fast fingers. And now Nando might be the one dead. Get a Phantasm, and here comes the team fight. The rest of the heroes are coming, but they're not there in time. Adaptive Strike actually pushes him further away. The concussion shot, he silenced the toggles. That's his first death of the game. That is a monster kill spree that the biggest hero on the Dire team gets, and that is the Death Prophet. And now she's closer to Rayandis. They're going to smoke up. They still have Exorcism. They had to commit nothing for that fight, essentially. Omnina would be the next biggest target, but I don't know if they'll find it. Okay, they've silenced him 3 different times. He's forced himself into a lift, and now he is dead as well.
Geek fam making the plays happen. Execration. Gotta be careful with this playing up against them.
Dude, they're just running at them, and I don't blame them. It's nighttime. There's no CK, there's no Omni. Although he just took 1 million damage from that one net and ensnare, or rather, ensnare and Riptide in Spirit Vessel, but. And also top lane's getting pushed in by Shrek. Maybe a fight breaking out. They've got the ensnare onto the Swan Death Prop. They're going to try to force BKB. There it is. Silence comes out from the CK. He's working on his own BKB. They get the Carl deny. Did he exorcism? He didn't. Good way to hold on to that for Chuan. If he uses it there and they commit to a fight or they have to back, that gets a lot harder for Geek Fan. But no, they don't commit to the exorcism. They only use BKB.
Lincoln's here. Slowly picking up the pace, getting some miles, but Execration are still very far ahead gold. For a nice series of events. Finally got some gold going up.
The only thing it really does is plateau Execration, which is better than what they've done so far this game.
Yep.
The Naga getting the Meteor Hammer next. Ollie's about to die, I think. Yes. Probably. Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Nice Yules. Uh-oh. This could be trouble. Maybe not. That E button. Lumic even walks through the Mystic Flare for good measure, and he's like, nah, I'm fine.
He just has the Yules too if you can find a catch in anyone.
This Garat is dead.
Very dead.
He gives him the chicken taunt, which, by the way, you know where that chicken taunt originated from?
No.
Arrested Development. Oh wait, no, that's the that's the Venge one. Maybe it's both. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's the Venge one, actually. Maybe I'm 100% wrong, I think, actually. It's just the Venge one. She does the Chalky Chaw one that Lindsay Booth does, but I don't think it's the Skyrat that does it. I might be wrong. I'm going to just hold off because there's a high ground push coming.
I'm going to check it out.
Thanks, buddy. It's nice for you to check something out. Okay, well, great. Yule Scepter, Chuan has no Aeon Disc. He is dead.
He's dead.
That is going to be buyback. Did he use Exorcism? He did not, thankfully enough. So they could fight again. Smart play from him not to drop it, but they're losing so much out of this with the tier 3 getting dropped and everybody else that they need to be very careful. Chuan dies again, the game's over.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts. I saw it too. It did a lot of damage. It pushed him back. Got refreshing it.
18k gold lead, Execration. All we need to do is wait for it to go down again.
And Roche.
Top shrine is under attack.
May.
The very critical key word there is May. We don't know. We're not scholars like you guys are. I certainly am not. You know. Definitely not a mathematician. We've discussed that at length.
Running up that.
It's true. I urge you to find any NA statisticians or mathematicians that aren't named Nahaz in Knoxville. Or not even Knoxville, sorry, Nahaz and I guess Brent X as well.
Big.
Yeah, true. They're Canadian. They're not real North Americans. Sorry to any Canadians out there. I'm not actually, you know, I like you guys. You're cool. You gotta let them know, Brax. You can't get on their bad side because, again, you never know what can end up on Reddit.
You don't want to bag one.
Okay, we got a smoke play. And this is probably the perfect positioning for it. Grim should die at least. And he does have a disc in 3. He cannot get it off, and the song is too late. That is Exorcism, though, and if they only get that with the Exorcism. The thing is, Roche has got to be... No, it's still 28 seconds away, so it is 100% not going to be up. And that's pretty critical.
or Execration.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if it does. It still may spawn really late from now, and that might give enough time for the Death Prophet to get back into the Exorcism to get off cooldown. Hey, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Have you heard me this today? I've been a mistake factory. I literally just made one a minute ago when I talked about the Skywrath Mage's Taunt, which I wasn't sure about. I can tell you for certain that it does sound like that. Confirmed. Good work, Rags. Roche is up.
I'm really good at making tinker.
No. Thanks.
I'll wait for a tinker.
And just maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling better. I appreciate it. Wait till they all for me. March is taking actually so much damage from Pulse Mob, he has to run out. I don't have a Sentry. Is he going to snag this? You know what's going to happen? He's going to go for the snag and they're going to Meteor Hammer on top of it. He's going to die or something.
That'd be pretty fast. He's going to beat it.
This is Aegis Cheese. I wonder which one he's going to get. He got the Aegis. They did get the cheese snacks, though.
Giggling.
I would be, too. Your team at 20 minutes in the game with a 20-minute lead does not have a gold or gem or sentry. I know that's the issue I have. When you're so far ahead or the game goes late enough, your supports just forget how to buy wards and vision and detection. Now, I don't want to call out Execration. This is based off my own experience here. You know, and they're winning the game so hard that I don't blame them.
Dyer's middle barracks
right?
are
Random
under
in his
attack.
room.
And
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Man's a beat.
that guy made some pretty dank plays earlier. In fact, the entire team did. Okay. Well, they got Ollie. If they can get March, they're going to get revenge. That's a 4 seconds done. Nando is in there. That's a splitter. That's Aegis. There's the revenge. Then they get to revenge part 2. Probably not, because they're going to song. Maybe they re-engage.
Dyer's middle barracks are under attack.
Just like that.
They sure are. Nice repel. I mean, Geek fam are holding on by a thread.
Bam might be in some trouble here.
He has force in one. Balance. Missile stuff and depth strike stone. Very tanky. Okay, they just have a million lockdown. That's what they can actually do if they can pick these heroes off.
BCM hanging on for now. 23k gold lead. It's massive, but they're holding on with these buybacks.
You got to give them credit. You know, they lost a full set of racks. They almost lose a full set of racks bottom. This Morphling is doing everything in his power to keep this game even, and he actually almost got an adaptive strike on that gyrocopter. That was a very dangerous play. And if he got that kill, then that would have been huge. But Qual is working on a BKB. That means they truly want to finish this game off. They do have the 500 health talent on the Death Prophet finally, which means she's not going to get melted. Well, she'll probably still get melted by the CK, as long as she has no Aeon disc, which she doesn't, of course.
Close to the Shiva's card.
Yeah.
Well,
So
close, not quite.
she needs to save her buyback. I don't think she actually has it. 2 minutes down. They smoked on a ward. That is an unusual place for ward that they just dropped this deep in the game. This deep in the game.
When they're down 2 racks. 2 sets of racks.
Radiant's
How did they
top
actually
tower is
not
under
able to
attack.
place the
Radiant's
top
top
of that
tower
line?
has
Well, this
fallen.
is a way better play, though, from Execration. They think they're going top. Instead, they're pushing into the base. They're pinging it out, and I think they know something is up. They would like to get the range rack bottom. Maybe the full set top. Lumik has spotted himself, or rather shown himself, and maybe they can make an initiation happen with March. Spear Vessel comes in onto the track. The Gyro takes down the building. And Snare Phantasm, March is dead. Should be. A Ethereal Blade came out from somebody. I'm not sure who. It was, well, Skid, the only one that has it. I'm not sure why I said I'm not sure. They're going to lose the Rubik along with it. And now this Gyrocopter, rather this Morphling is forced back. They've forced the buyback on March, which isn't going to give him that much. But here comes the Flak Cannon.
The waves.
He's giving it to him, although it didn't really do that much damage in that fight. They still have Exorcism. They're really holding on to it. They want to try to have it for this last fight, and I don't blame them. The Meteor Hammer coming in. They don't have the Glyph. Watch this thing melt. CK's in. They're looking for a dieback on March. They've got the 3 seconds done there. It is. Exorcism comes out, but that's right as they pop the GA. Luckily, he's still alive. He's Spirit Siphoning, and he's actually back to deploy too because of it. somehow. They do have the ensnare, but they're going to try to bait this BKB as well as execute them out, and then go again, one would assume.
Dire's top structure is under attack.
Execration has been used, but probably just going to wait for that. They're trying up top lane. Look at this. Carl, this man wants to end the game boss. He's got a Reaper, but he's posted.
This is kind of dangerous against Morphling, I think. Isn't it? Maybe not. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here to tell me these things. Mm, 25k advantage for Execration. Double damage on the rune spot if they want to go for it and end the game now. They certainly can. Prophet ulti down for another 88 seconds for Geek Fam. I mean, they have essentially 1 life left, maybe 2 with the buyback of the Morphling if he has one. And he does not. So, oh, he does actually. He just got it, I think.
Carl has the Rapier with the double damage in the bar. He's ready to slay. They see the Rapier.
They got 2 chances to see the Rapier. They're going to realize real quick as he's killing these creeps that he does a lot of damage.
A lot of. Yeah, Dire gonna try to find Carl. Heal the Rapier.
Here's the game winning or losing play, although it might not even win you the game. Good silence, but the Jaro in trouble. He's dead. That's the Rapier on the deck. Nando picks it up. Yeah, but he's on the run now. It's already going to be a 4 versus 5 fight. They've taken down the Naga Siren. They did everything they needed to win that fight and get the Rapier, and they still might actually. Nando's still on the run. They might get this kill. 3-second stun, and the Rapier is going to drop to the deck. And Skid is going to grab it, and he is now hitting like a truck. And that is inadvisable play from your gyrocopter.
So it was like a 5,600 gold plus the race.
Yeah, that net worth graph looks about right.
This was not supposed to.
Okay, well, you know, you still got quite the lead. If you had Megas, I understand that play a lot more. You know, you just want to finish the game. I think with not Megas, you're kind of being a little cheeky. I don't want to. I think it's fine. I think Gyrocopter Rapier is one of those items you can buy even if you're ahead. So I don't think it's like. I mean, it's pretty, pretty disaster for Execration. But I don't know where I'm going with this, Brax. I need you to get me out of this loop right now.
Tag me at any time. So think about Omni-Knight, right? Carl's thinking, well, how can I possibly die like this with Omni-Knight or Nagastar? Sing a song, 3 for 1. Just got bursted by the Morph. Rubik also lifted him.
Oh my god. This ward is owning right now for the Dire.
Oh yeah.
The game might just end if they don't have that ward there. You know, they take a fight, they get a couple kills, including Chuan, and he doesn't have buyback, of course, and then the game ends. Even with the Rapier.
One of those wards that you would never think about either. That's one of the game.
There's a courier right on top of it too. Jesus Christ. This
Carl
game.
looks so poor all of a sudden.
Right? Like 6,000 gold down the drain. He's behind the Death Prophet where he should be like 6,000 ahead.
Morph just bought a full BKB as well.
Oh my god. He's only level 20. If he was 25, maybe he could really do work here. I actually have no idea how you approach this next fight for Execration. Maybe with Aegis, but that's not up for another 28 at least.
Whew. Right. Execration that's very, very careful. Throw this one.
The time.
I mean, they're a hair trigger away from outright losing this game. They have no Radiant buyback. Not one. They have a Bloodstone on the Leshrac, so his death timer will be about like 30 seconds or something. 20, maybe a little bit more. But everybody else, if they die, the game... Well, if they lose more than one of their cores, I would say probably 2 or 3 of their cores, the game ends, I think, for Execration. As long as Geek Fam still have their heroes alive, they still have the Morphling alive, and maybe even if they still have the Exorcism up and ready.
Yep, if Geek Fam somehow managed to get Execration.
I think so too, especially if he gets another item. I mean, the BKB is not going to give him the damage. Just one more, like Scotty maybe even, would be huge here.
BKB Lincoln. I feel like this is about his defense because of health on top and you're good.
And Roshan Brax is going to be right around the corner. 17 seconds with the respawn before it comes out. They've picked up the GPM talent on the CK. He's trying desperately to get it to his Heart of Trask. He is slowed down significantly. I guess when you're not getting kills on the CK, the hero starts to feel like he's getting behind until you get to that level 20 talent, which he finally is at. We're not done yet, folks. We are not done yet. An 8K lead for Execration. Easily throwable. Roche has been spotted by the Dire. There is a courier inside the Roche pit. The Radiant have no idea, but they will find a double damage rune for somebody to pick up. Maybe the Gyro. March kind of closing the gap to Roche with the rest of his team nearby. I think they might have been spotted by Lumic, who has a gem finally. So the D-wards are coming out. Oh my god, this is if this is Aegis Chief for French Shard, if they can get it, and they have no idea this is happening. They don't even need the exorcism for this. They're gonna send an illusion, and it's gonna be too late unless they bash Roche bash and skid it too many times. Call down coming in. It's gonna be close. They get it. They've got the Aegis. They've got the cheese. I think they should have the refresher shard as well. They do. And now the CK does get the kill into the Skyrise, but I don't think they're that concerned. The BKB coming up. They've gotten two. Nando trying to team fight. Skid has the Aegis though, and there's the flat cannon. They have to pop the GA. A big fight so far. They might be able to bring down Marge, but Chuan and Skid both fighting fit. They both have the Aegis. They have the cheese, or rather one is the Aegis, one is the cheese. Nando getting dropped down, and Chuan secures the kill. The exorcism still going. The CK dead for 70. He has no buyback. They use the buyback on the Rubik. They have to song to disengage. Are you kidding me? They actually take Roche. They take the fight, and they do have to go back and defend. Luckily enough for Execration, but my God, it's actually happening, Brax. Well, that was a weird fight. I mean, they got the support kills at least for Execration, so there's that.
Yeah, it would have been much better for Geek Fam if GA came at this as the same time as the Morphin Black Cannon did. And I guess there's still always that. There's not going to be a way that they get rid of all of them.
Oh, Storm was very far up. It almost feels like they need another blink on the Naga or somebody, you know?
Blink on the Naga would be fantastic.
I know how to handle such power.
That the team fight.
They're really relying on a CK to start these fights.
And it's not just going to work out on that. Something else. Start the fight. Right? Then you press the BKB in time where Chaos Bolt flies out. Their best hope on Execration. Bait out Morphling BKB, and then Song of the Siren to reset, and then use that input. Twitter.
Yeah, but they need to wait out the Aegis, though, is the issue. Alright. Execration. They are trying to get out of the base. This is the first time they've been on the back foot in this entire game, and not by numbers, by mean momentum. Silence. The Lotus Orb comes out for Van, but he's caught with his fan stat. He doesn't have G8. The Meteor Hammer coming in. It's going to hit on the Skid and all the way from away, and now look at the trouble. Ethereal Blade Sia. He's set for 70. They have no buyback on him, and they take the fight right near the base. Wow. Can they do it?
Oh, Rubik stole Repel.
Oh, that's never a good sign.
It has the black cannon going.
He's close to the Scotty as well. They have, they're trying to get one set of racks and start from there. Exorcism is going to go. The tier 3 push begins. Skid, can they do it? Can they bring it back for Teehee and the rest of the Geek Fam crew and tie the series up at one apiece? So far, it looks like they're going to grab the tier 3, but they get on to March. The 4 seconds done. He's dead. Night Stalker's dead, but he does have the buyback. Exorcism is still going for a while. They've got the Reality. He has the Andis, but it's in his backpack. He does take it out. They've got the Aethos and Mystic Flare. Carl pops the BKB late. He doesn't have Satanic. He's got a Massive Madness, but he's still doing work. Skid trying to run. They cannot bring the Aegis down, and Swan is still fighting. The Aeon just comes to work, and it's going to get them out of this situation alive, at least for now. Nando's back into the fray, trying to find this engagement. They're going to try to take down this Grimm's little Shrek, and they should do so. They will jump in. That's the Aegis down. Can they get him twice? They don't have the mana on the CK. They have to back up. They have to get out of this. Buybacks are available for the Radiant team with the exception of the CK. If they lose him, he's donezo. They do have it on the Omni Knight, though. The Gyrocopter has already used his, I believe, or he just got an item that I haven't seen. And they hold on for now. I mean, Execration pushed them out of the base. They don't take a tier 3. They don't get racks. That's with Exorcism now down. But remember, they had Refresher Shard. Did they use it? I wonder. They might have in that last fight over the Roche, but I think they did, actually. Okay. Execration now hunting them down. If they can get the Morphling and force the buyback, it'd be huge. That's the, of course, the Rapier down. But they're going to instead find this Night Stalker again, which is, I think, a dieback. It is. He's dead for 85, so you're fighting 4 versus 4 until the Omni Knight is up. Now, how do you approach this next fight, Brax?
They desperately need the Omni fights. It's the Guardian Angel. Flying for more. I don't know anything to happen until Omni's live. Omni is super close to his Ags.
Yeah, he almost might want to buy out the Ags and not have the buyback. I know that's crazy to say. Maybe you do want to buy it. I don't know. It just feels like they need... Oh, and this is down. It's there. Lumic, he's alone. I mean, he has a little crack, but that's not going to do anything. Edict is stolen. Sheep's Guard is out. Here we go. The Waveform, they've got the Courier. It's just some protection, or rather some Observer Wards. And that's going to be a dead Naga, and maybe even a dead Lestrak. And Lestrak is one of the heroes. He's the only hero that's not at buyback. He's dead for 40 because he has a Bloodstone. Oh my lord, are they actually doing it? They're close, Brax.
Give any cricket on.
Yes, exactly. That is my exact thought process right now. How can they possibly win this game? They have Exorcism back up. The Rapier throwaway from the Gyrocopter may very well seal their fate in this game. Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard are down, so you're only fighting into that. You do have GA available. No, it's down for 12. And he doesn't have the Axe version of it either. Reality will break the Lincoln Sphere of the Morphling. They finally get the tier 3 tower. At this point, they're just using the Exorcism on cooldown. He doesn't even have Octarine Core, so it's still really long. They have to TP the... Well, March actually just respawned, so he's not in the fight. And I don't think without him, you want to engage for this Radiant Dice. I don't know why it sounds like Yoda there, but whatever.
Wise.
I'm trying. It's very difficult. This game is back and forth. My body can't handle it currently.
Alright, so... the network is basically even.
Right.
At least for Execration, they're always going to have this Aghanim Guardian Angel. It's actually complete now.
A tithe to the impurities.
Like, bring it to him.
That's good. He doesn't have the gem space, though, which is kind of sad.
But luckily, Omnia has. Good with... You know, Morphling might get to a point where he farms a second. I don't even know if you would ideally want a second. See him.
What else do you buy with the Morphling at this point in the game? I guess the Moon Shard, theoretically?
Yeah, but what he might do is he might buy the Moon Shard and then buy like a replacement.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Getting to that territory.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
You know, the waveforms and one-shots and
10,000 ahead of the next closest person. He was pretty far behind at the beginning of this game. Night Stalker almost spotted by the Gyrocopter. He's actually at the secret shop trying to get his full Satanic, which means he won a buyback. He's 600 gold away from it if he buys the Claymore. I think he's going to save it. Night Stalker on the high ground, setting up, but they don't have bots 2. That could be another item you go for on the Morphling. He has bots 1.
Oh yeah. Especially with Scotty.
So Execration know that Roche is going to be up soon, and they're kind of positioning themselves in such a way that they can get the Roche on. Both teams can kill it very quickly.
Definitely the next. 2.5 minutes.
That's pretty long. Almost full duration. It's like 40 seconds off. Satanic done for the Gyro. Him standing and delivering in these fights is going to be crucial. The problem is he might not have enough damage. He really needs that Rapier back, and I don't think he's going to get it this game. May lose the Courier again.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
And they find March. Well, good Hunter in the night. They need an ensnare. They need vision. They have a homing missile. Oh my god, it actually missed. Are you kidding me? It was an inch away from March and getting that kill and making it so he did. I suppose March has died like 6 times, so it's not that big of a deal, but for 6,000 times.
So, that would have been a death with no blind.
Now they will suffer.
March is getting it to him. I'm gonna get him this time. Please, and well, that is a Scythe of Eyes for a CK that I never thought I would see. But that's one way to deal with the Morphling, or really the Death Prophet.
Yeah, if they can pop the that Hex, they actually have a way to jump this Morphling.
Rondo blinks to safety inside the Roche pit. March is going to chase, but he realizes that he's not in there, that he did, in fact, use that blink dagger. Okay.
You know what's crazy is Morph still hasn't been pointed yet. Nobody in the Death Prophet. I expect Morph to be 25 after having 500.
I mean, he's been playing together with his entire team for the extent of the game, I'd say. I mean, he's farmed on his own sometimes. Yule Scepter. Darrow doesn't pop his BKB. They've got the ensnare into one. They want to force the Andisk. It's on cooldown. He actually is bringing it out of his backpack. That's a great play because now the Andisk is still off cooldown. But they do have the BKB used for the Death Prop. And that was...
He's ready to jump anyway.
Dude, it's going to be 26 seconds. This Phantasm might not do anything. He really mistimed this, I think.
Boy.
And I don't know if they had a ward for the Dire or if they heard it or if they saw it, but they have a pretty good understanding that this is... oh, they have a courier. That might die. What? Okay, it was the misses. This Phantasm is going to do nothing. It's up for another 10 seconds. And he's going to walk out of the pit as it comes up, but the Phantasm will
be actually, the Phantasm spotted it. If he didn't use that Phantasm.
Yeah, that's true. But they're not in the pit now, and actually, Geek Fam are going to get there quicker.
Boy. And we saw how quickly it died last time.
And it's going to die again. I mean, they just don't have any vision for the... They might have spotted the heroes moving in this way. I don't know if they did. I think the Exorcism commitment is going to make this fall super fast, and I don't know if they can really contest this. The call down's going to come. And they need to get in this pit. The song! Can they take it down in time? They need to bring it down. It's going to be close. And they do get it. They've got the Aegis. They've got the Refresher Shard. They've got the Cheese Buck. And they win the fight. Skid pops his BKB. Carl pops the Satanic. There's the GA. Skid has to leave. The Exorcism's about to be done here in a moment. The 3-second stun on Antoine. The Andis comes out. The Splitter. Skid's in trouble. Reality Rip. He needs to leave, and he does. He gets out of time, and they actually lose the track. This fight is turning. Geek Fam, they're turning it back around. The Omni Knight is about to fall. He's dead for 90 seconds. You've got to be kidding me. And their tier 4s are getting assaulted all the meanwhile, but they will win the fight. They will outlast everything that they had to offer. I mean, that was Aegis, that was Cheese, that was Refresher Shard. They don't have anything of it left unless it's on the Courier or something. The Aegis certainly isn't. I cannot believe that.
Oh my god. What? Leshrac landed just a random...
Here's the Hex. Skyrath will die. But he has buyback, as does the rest of his team.
I got that Skyrath mage build.
They really did. But...
Leshrac landed a random split earth on Morphin, and he got down to 100 health before he got the waveform. Nobody was focusing in the thing. Oh, that was it right there.
They're trying to do too much in these fights. The Flat Cannon is not doing enough damage. That Rapier, it is key for this Gyrocopter, and he's getting kind of close to the next one, but that will be without buyback. The problem is that the rest of his team does not have buyback, although they're very close on the CK and the Omni. The two big heroes. Naga dies, the Leshrac dies, it might not be the end of the world. But if one of these 3 cores die, it might be just the end of the game, although they still have a full set of racks. If they can get Megas somehow, maybe this game gets easier for Execration. They only have a 3K lead right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's getting to crunch time, Brax.
What a cool calendar one.
Dire's middle tower is
It's pretty great. It almost sounds like you're being facetious.
No.
I know, we're tired. We're really tired. You and me both. I'm not sure where the energy is coming from now, but they will end up trying to focus down this Rex in the top lane. This is the big crucial item, the Refresher Orb for Death Prophet. No longer does she have to rely on the Refresher Shard getting dropped by Roshan. She has her own to work with. Screw the long cooldown, screw the Octarine 4. It is time to take 2 fights in a row and potentially win the game. They've got plenty of damage on the tower. They need to get the purification off. He's going to maybe Satanic and heal back up. But he needs to be careful.
Very dangerous with Qual. You know, if it walks up too far, he's just going to... You can get blink Rubik click for like a couple right click. All over.
How does this CK not have 25, by the way?
Yeah, it's close. Execration, they can song and then run into the bottom.
It's true. Exactly, but it is very risky. It's very tricky. It's very risky. If they want to go for that play, I would not be surprised. I mean, they've tried just about everything so far in this game.
No, Megas aren't going to cut it in the game.
No, I don't think so either. I think the game gets slightly easier. I don't think the game is unwinnable for Geek Fam. I think it's still very winnable if they lose Megas. They've got no Phantasm. And they're going to try to bring down Nando, but the net is up onto the Death Prop. Spirit Slices have been used, although he does have the action usually. Well, he has the max health Spirit Siphon, which is nice. So he's still doing a lot of damage in these fights, even with just Spirit Siphon alone. But they do a bit of chip damage of the melee racks, which will heal up through time. And we continue on in a 53-minute game.
We do indeed. And there's still room for Execration, right? Omninet working on the refresher. So refresher double.
7 seconds. Gold remains.
Did you see the Divine Rapier pickup for the gyro?
Now they
okay, no, I didn't. Alright, so he's got his own rapier now.
Yes, exactly. He's purchased it up. Does he have buyback? No, he does not. 1,500 gold. I guess they think they're not going to fight in that time span. If there was vision for the Dire, or Carl is just going to go high ground.
They're all in, Mod. He might just get blink rooted.
Repelled. He doesn't attack fast enough to bring down the rack. Plus, they should have glyph. They do. I think they want to use that for the other tier 4, maybe? If it comes to that point. This Night Stalker is out of the base. He is snared up. He does have Hunter in the knife, but he cannot deal with a 2-second stun. He is very tanky. I mean, he stood alive a lot longer than I thought he was going to, but he's down for 70 with a buyback. They're going to take the fight, maybe? Here comes the gyro. Excuse me, the Morphling. And this was used on the Grims. They've got the Ensnare. That'll break the Lincoln Sphere. Here comes the Gyrocopter trying to man fight on the Swan. The Aeon Disc is out. He pops it Satanic a little bit early. Potentially, they still should have GA. They do. Melee rack's taken. BKB's going to go the song. Can they turn and try to fight Schwan? He refreshes. He wants to keep BKBing, and he does, but he's only going to get the knockout of this, it looks like. Maybe they go back in. This is dangerous. He does have another Exorcist available if they want to try to take this fight, but he's going to back up. Yeah, without him, they're going to lose the tier 4 tower.
It's so important for him to have black while he hits the
I think even if you get Megas here and you back up for Execration, what's really the...
You can't afford to die.
Yeah.
If you die and get Megas, you're still going to lose. They can just slow you.
Right.
Even having the buyback. Now you're just down 2 rapiers.
Both teams are walking a tightrope, some more than others. That aggressive play from the Gyrocopter, he knew he had the GA and the Repel to fall back on. And he's able to get in and at least get one more building. There are a total of 3 buildings left, or excuse me, 4, because of this IO frickin' cheeky ball thing from Firu. The, whatchamacallit, I don't even know what it's called. Yeah, that's the one, thanks. Actually, there's another one too. That one's just normal. Carl's gonna run in, they have to pop Glyph. That's gonna be down now. All down, he's in. They've got the GA, they need it. Their Lotus Storm comes in, he gets the Satanic off in time. They still have the Aeon Disc, they get the Morphling, he's gonna have to buy back, and they do the double kill from Carl. He's going to work with the Flag Hit and an Owl. They're gonna lose Schwan potentially. He's already got that Aeon Disc, they have the song, they want to reinitiate, or they might want to just back up now that they've got the racks. They forced out the buybacks that they needed to. They could play safe for Execration. If they die and they don't have buyback, they still might lose the game. They didn't get Mega as I thought they did. It's still up. That building is somehow still alive. Unbelievable.
It doesn't matter to watch this man's dual wielding.
That's right. The Morphling, he needs to buy another one instantly, and I don't know if it's going to be enough.
He's got 10,000. You know, even with the Rapiers, he doesn't have life steal. The Satanic on the Gyro has been keeping him alive.
Exactly, yeah.
I want to buy the Rapier right now, but when the Flag Cannon comes out, Morphling comes so hard that he just can't actually stand the fighting.
But
Rapier,
he has to do something, and that's the Rapier coming out. He doesn't have buyback. He can buy a full item, but he's not quite at the Satanic yet if he wanted to go that route. 5,500 is the gold cost he needs to get to, and he's 1,000 gold away.
Even the support left. Heart, blade mail, so that if blades can snap.
Both supports, no buyback, no glyph. Yeah, the double sword is more than enough to get the racks. And that's Megas. And Execration, they'll be happy, but the game is not over yet. They need to approach these next few minutes with caution. While this has all been happening, Roche has been quietly ticking away, and it's going to be in a minute and a half before we actually see it. And it's another Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. It almost feels like they've been kind of inconsequential for some of these fights, but I think this last one could be pretty critical.
Especially for the Omni Knight Refresher Shard. 20 seconds. Physical damage. So, Jarakov, he actually doesn't attack twice the same compared to the one times, like 3 times.
He needs a mood shard, I think.
He does.
But nobody can give it to him. They don't really have the money. I mean, the Omni Knight desperately needs a refresher orb. Not desperately, but he does need it. But Jaro, he is going to buy it outright, I think. He should. Yeah, he has surplus. Oh, now he doesn't. Now with the moon shard purchased, he does not have the surplus, so he needs to farm for another few minutes. This game turned into from a 20-minute game to a hour-long game, seemingly with one item purchased. And as, yeah, we're not done yet. My body is still not having a great time. This night began with a lot of cool stuff, some good games, some good casts, but now my body is a little run down. But these players are not. They're owning.
Respawn in seconds. They want that. No purges. Usually what you do is take the nullifier. Guardian. It fuels them, but
yeah,
it's worth it.
Well, there is no way they can get there to contest. Megas is actually providing more of an effort than I thought maybe it was going to for Geek.
Immortality!
Uh-oh. Double Divine from Morphling. It's flying out, I think, on the courier. Oh, the illusion almost found it.
The big thing is if transform steal them back. That's what
But as you mentioned, he doesn't have the Satanic. That's the one item right now, along with the Aegis, that is keeping him in these fights. They take down the last tier 4. The Exorcism is going to go. They hit it pretty preemptively. Ensnare, Telekinesis. They do have buyback on the Naga. She can't even get off Song. She's dead. You might want to consider backing and waiting those 80 seconds. It is almost too much to buy back now and try to end the game, I think.
Yep, there's no rush at all. The only thing that they would be beating would be the Glyph, but it's up in 40 seconds.
At last.
Wait for Nog's turn to play this one.
So we still have a ways to go. I mean, we're still waiting on buybacks from some of the critical heroes. The Death Prophet actually is the only one of the dire team. If anybody else dies, especially the Morphling, the game might just end. But if the Death Prophet dies, she will have buyback and maybe even a refresher orb to work with. Ugh. Bloodthorn for the CK. This 120 GPM talent quietly starting to kick into high gear. Well, it is already kicking into high gear. 150, by the way. They're going to Phantasm. The Repel is up. They're getting a little hasty here. The Naga's going to buy back. She does a bot. She can get into the fray in a moment. And this is going to go for the Death Prophet. Exorcism is up if he wants to refresh it. Here comes the GA. And that's the Aegis down. Can they get anything else? They've dropped down the Skywrath Mage. Carl has to bring his BKB out. He's going to get repelled, though. They refresh the Aegis comes out. The Flak Cannon. They're going to bring the base down. And Carl's man fighting, and he's doing it right now. The Glyph is going to be done. The Meteor Hammer should take it, and that should do the job. Execration made it way more hard on themselves than they need to in this game. But at the very least, they do get the job done, and they take this 2-0.
4 Rangers in this game. Carl making this one from a 20-minute easy, clean victory into a